Low traders, warriors, which you have to be a trader. It's not like playing Monopoly, okay, or trading baseball cards. You have to be a warrior. You'd step into the ring, you get punched in the face, like the dollar bulls are getting
Yes, good
punched in
call,
the
coach.
face.
For some time now. Bravo.
Yeah,
Seriously, it is what it is.
yeah. So I mean, it looks like a barrel over Niagara Falls. So you could go back on the YouTube videos. I'm not gonna, go over every entry, but been bearish for months from
Yes.
starting up here. Even caught some of reactions to sell into. I expect that we'll see some type of reaction maybe Friday. You know what the headline of this besides it's 11 EST time for Mike and me. You know what? Mike doesn't care about
I knew
everyone's
you were going to
oh
say that.
no, Mike doesn't care about, Jackson Hole.
I'll give my opinion. There is a
He
setup
he
here.
he cares more about a Jackson 5 album he has from a long time ago.
Yeah,
You still have it?
no. I exchanged it with the best album ever that I ever had. Vinyl, Kiss
Yeah.
Alive, Kiss Alive 2.
Oh wow. All right.
Ooh,
So he doesn't care. Wouldn't that be nice? I mean, trade like that. I don't care either.
can I ask you a question, Dale?
Yeah.
I just call you coach. Can you
Yeah.
blame me the way I trade?
No, I think it's actually a benefit
Okay, well,
that
listen, I'm
that
setting up. I could set up to be wrong, but at least listen. I don't have a better style. After almost 30 years, literally, I might trade my style better than anybody else's. Lunar breaks on. That's all. That's all.
so I saw this in gold earlier. I go, throw over, it may not make it. Look how it's diverging. And then Mike and I, so there's times we're not even talking to each other and we see the same thing.
Right.
And I was talking about Newmont. I put it out in the room. Be careful. You know, there's no bears.
I'll show
There
you
are
what
no
I saw.
bears.
I'll show you. What did you see? Well, there it is.
Right
What I
there it
saw.
is.
Right.
So
Lunar.
there it is. So
I agree.
um, you know, I don't think there are many people short. They've been cleaned out, and I haven't heard anyone even talk about a correction in gold. All I hear about are upside objectives. I'm not saying it can't happen, but you know, this is could be a bull trap. This last move up here, just like the S&Ps on that crash may have been just a bear trap, like everyone's calling it now, a bear trap. So lots of traps out there, buddy.
There is.
How
Coach.
do we avoid them? What do we
Okay,
watch
well, this is how
to
I'm
avoid them?
approaching. Okay, we do have Jackson Hole tomorrow, Powell. I mean, we're going
Friday.
into what's today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh
It's
God.
turnaround Tuesday. And there've been some turnarounds.
You know what? When is Jackson Hole?
Friday.
I'll speak to you Thursday.
Okay. All right.
It
So
is. Listen, it is a sell the rumor in type of move. It's obvious with the put call ratios the way we noted on, right, Coach?
yeah. They're also I read something that they're lowering the people are trying to lower the expectations for this, which means maybe it's a setup for people to be happy with a quarter because they're getting the market to think maybe it's not going to do anything.
We're not
Okay.
happy at quarters here at TGH. We go for halves. We go for halves and dollars at TGH these days. We don't go for quarters. We used to go for quarters, but not anymore. You know what I mean?
So, so this father was out with his son at a restaurant, and the kid
Oh,
kept chewing on a quarter. And his dad said, be careful, son. You're going to swallow it. You're going to choke. So that's exactly what happened. The kid's choking, and his father's trying to give him a Heimlich maneuver. Nothing's working. And a guy from the next table gets up, kicks him in the rocks as hard as he can. All right. And the quarter comes flying out of the kid's mouth.
okay.
And the father is so thankful to the stranger, says, "Oh, thank you, doctor. You saved my son's life." He goes, "Oh, I'm not a doctor. I'm a market maker."
No, I got you. I thought they were setting up for a Jewish joke. I didn't.
Anything? No, 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 no.
All right.
The market makers, they'll kick you in the balls for a
And you know
quarter.
what
They're
my
gone
dream job?
now.
And you know what my dream job is?
a market maker.
You got it. Actually, it's not. It's listen at 52 now. It's my. I'm listen. Thank God I'm where I want to be. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. Before I turn the charts over, so be patient. Uh, silver could be a nice buy down here. If this is a low, these are all pullbacks. I think we're just in pullback mode for a break to buy in almost everything. Silver, back to maybe 28 or so. S&Ps, if they decide to pull back, 5,500. Looks like a good level. 54 max for a pullback. They're all buy pullbacks. So if Euro starts to pull back, maybe 110 or something like that. Aussie, Aussie, this was a buy this day when we had the flush. Everything that held that low Monday, everything's higher.
That's important, Trey. Oh, that's
Everything is higher. That Monday low, and we talked about it. As long as we hold Monday's lows, things are okay. And man, everything did. All right. Here was gold on that day.
pardon me.
Right here.
Newmont negative. Sorry.
It's all right. Good trade. Everything. So, put it sold off and put in a low. It's all one market. The only thing that went its own way were bonds.
Yeah.
Here, TLT. Still look okay. I mean, I'm not short. I don't know. Can't chase them here. Probably higher to go. 104 was a target. And yeah, I think I've covered a lot. Well, I'll do a wrap up tomorrow. Canada trying to attack this 136 level. I talked about it. This was a trade
Canada.
that we talked about with Peter Brandt last week. Canada, top in Canada, and a breakdown. And this is like a campaign trade for me. So please give me a rally from this level one more time. We're not going to take out this high. We are going to take this out eventually, but I'd sell a fib rally back to 720 to put more on, because if we take out 36, we're going to 32.
Gotcha, Coach.
Okay, and you know what 32 is?
Uh,
Major
half a 16.
support. Look at this, 132. So, and look at what we're holding too. 50 week. Gets through the 50 week, it goes to the 200. A lot of air. Okay. I want to know what you're doing, since you don't give a darn about your own Powell, and um, you know, what's going to be happening at Jackson
I'm not
Hole. And
believing they
be
keep
nice
going.
to have a beer with you out there and have people interview us at a table at Jackson Hole. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Well, that's fine. I do. That's
You know?
fine. I do better
Yeah,
trading when I have a beer
yeah.
normally.
Get
Uh,
get some national coverage here.
yeah.
uh, all right, buddy. Here's the chart. So tell us, you know, how the week is gone. I know you want to talk
Week is
about
gone. I thought it was Friday.
I know you want to talk about MDT. And you said it shared similarities
I appreciate
with
that. I thought it did.
your 3M call.
Okay. Let's look. May I? Do we have the
Yeah,
screen?
you got it.
Share screen right here. By the way, Newmont negative. Nice call, Coach. I was looking at the weekly for a little bit of resistance. I'm not saying it's going back to 42 or even the 40s. Coach might beg to differ. I don't know, but that's what I was looking at.
I don't know either.
Yeah, exactly. If it's got a similar pattern.
Yeah,
Certainly, if you're making that high and turning down, the rest of them turn down too. GDXJ, but
yeah.
GDXJ, as Dale would say, Coach would say, it never made a new high. I get it. You know what? This was a day where it's a drifting day. The VIX is up, and the banks were, as noted in TGH, the banks and the oils were keeping the tech down. Mega cap was up. Gerard in the room pointed that semis were the weak one as mega is up.
And you're seeing option flow puts in the semis. I saw that
I
earlier.
am. I am. But short term, Coach, nothing. Nothing. But there are stocks that are moving. Like again, this TEM that we pointed at, this hot IPO. I actually have to not lie, but I haven't answered my friends' calls that beg me to buy it at 50. Today yesterday it was 50. Today it's 75, a new hot IPO. volume,
Wow.
range, price, action. We noted in TGH. We're a spectator. But anyway, this is today. Yesterday at this time, let's go
Can't
August
be in
16th.
everything.
August 16th, right there. This was yesterday, August 9th. Oh, hold on. Right here. It was 50 yesterday morning. Noted. Went to 75 on heavy volume.
Yeah, I see it.
All right. Okay, so there you go. What else is Walmart?
Successful.
Walmart at all-time highs now. Whether or not you
Wow.
think that's more emblematic of the bigger things to come, I understand if you do. I'm not going to be ignorant and say this is not saying something besides positive price action, and I get it. All right. Citicorp taking bearish flow, by the way, Dale Pinkert. PayPal.
Hey, they're buying puts in City.
They are actually. And they're
Thank
buying
you.
puts. Oh, somebody just pounded a lot of JP Morgan puts.
Okay.
December, $1 million.
Because I was real early on XLF, a whole point.
I'm not saying that can't be a hedge, but that's what's going on.
Okay.
Uh, Getting back to what I was saying, PayPal early in getting it out. Versus Square. So what do? You
That
short
looks
Square,
bad.
or do
Yeah.
you take more money off PayPal? I mean, I took money off PayPal. I think it was I took money off PayPal over right when it here went above 7. I took PayPal like
I'd
65.
be where on Square. This looks okay.
What's going on here? Get the hell out of here. Okay. Square. Okay. What else is going on? Redfin had overnight.
Wow.
All right, what's the difference? It took calls. I wouldn't short it. You know what I
No.
mean? Had volume, blasted through the proverbial quadruple top.
Yeah.
So
That's a
does it.
breakout day.
All right. So here you go. Here, Coach, I want to point this out to you off the Jesus feed. We get props just because I know you like this. Right here, big bank seeing some selective protection. By the way, there were those JP Morgan puts that I pointed out to you. Always trust the info. It's not about me. I'm the vehicle that wants to bring. You can do whatever you want with JP Morgan.
Look how much time they're buying.
You could think that's bullish. I don't know. You can interpret it, but it's our job. Listen. There was a couple of trading rules on the desk. Number one was you don't give an opinion unless you asked. More times than not, it'll be like, "Oh, this Hewlett Packard's going higher." I said, "How many do you have?" "Oh, I don't have any." This is what does that mean? So I'm not here to give an opinion about it. You might think that's good, but anyway, there's the big banks. There's Citicorp bearish. There's the protection in JP Morgan. Listen, I don't know if it's over. Over. You know what I mean? That's what they're doing. You can interpret it what you want. What else? ASTS, the number one's little stock. I posted this in TGH again. 32 is the low. At one point it was down, 6? You want it down 10. That's bull. If this is down 10, that's bullish, in my opinion. Because you know what? This will probably go higher. Netflix hit all-time highs today. Now, okay, hold on. It might be, capitulate. I don't even know if that should come into play. The bottom line is Walmart hit an all-time high. Netflix hit an all-time high.
Yeah.
We saw some resistance at Newmont. We saw stocks like Powell PayPal do this still. Could it pull back? Sure, it could pull back. It could pull back 10%. Still be bullish.
Put
Even on the
the Meta weekly up there. There's something really okay. All right. You see how we have 2 drives so far? We need to take out that high. I think it's only about $20 from here. That one over there. And look at the RSI.
No, I see.
So if we get a move like to 550 or so, and then we get a reversal up there, it's a nice spec short.
That's fair.
3 drive to a top on a weekly.
I've done worse, and nor would I argue with it.
Just wanted to make people aware of it. So,
right.
That's one that should make a new high here.
You're right here. Let's go to my screen.
Yeah.
Meta.
Doesn't
Here.
have far to
This
go.
is okay. This okay. Hold on. I got it. But G Money. Sorry, Gerard. I hope you're on here. I got to make a point to this, coach. And once again, it's not about me. It's the vehicle that I'm trying to portray. Where is Gerard? Right here. Please note. And this is some time ago. Rotate. This is an hour ago. Q's bullish. They're bearish. They're bearish on the SMH.
Right.
And they're mega on bullish. That was an hour ago. Now,
right.
This is the feed that just comes across literally 2 minutes ago. Mega on the high,
Yeah,
all the semis, if you will, on the low. All
right.
right. So does it? Hold on. Are you thinking? First of all, it's not that bullish. That the this did the mega pull back, or did it buy the semis? Did the mega pull? Did the mega go down, and the semis keep going down? There's a lot of different scenarios here.
Well, I mean, the semis had they were down 20% or so. And the semis could have peaked even if the market goes to new all-time highs. Keep that in mind. I mean, semis might be done. They might retrace most of their decline, but they may have peaked. Not everything peaks together
No,
at the same
it should.
time.
No, it shouldn't. Actually, a
So,
matter of fact, if they peak together, it's almost bullish because then they flush all together.
yeah.
Uh,
So,
this is the most active for the day. Lunar, I'm in that. And by the way, look at something like percent gainers. Now we can look at what, 11:30. Let's look at percent losers in the last 60 minutes. All right, so what are they coming in? TEM that we noted, obviously most in play. It's my job, as we saw. Stock 75, now it's 61, 14 off the low. EBS, these uh, vaccine stocks. Let's look at percent losers in 15 minutes. Let's see if the board gets bigger. Because if the board gets bigger in percent losers in 15 minutes, it means there's more going on in 15 minutes than there was in 60 minutes. So there's not much going on.
less.
Look at percent gainers in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
so what's
telling you, Mike,
bouncing?
you're the only one not waiting for Paul and the whole trading universe.
But look, but coach,
Everyone else cares about Powell.
but look, these are the stocks that have been in play. Lunar, a
Yeah,
minute.
I know.
ASTS, I already brought it up. Soxel is the semis. And, you got a
Yeah.
couple of, I don't know, man. Zim some volume. Of course they're going to Zim. Look at Zim. Why not? Price range, action, volume, when it's got all of it. I don't know what it's doing. But yesterday it did a gazillion. Oh, that's the weekly.
Boy, that
Yes.
looks good.
Yesterday it did a gazillion shares.
They're
It
not
closed
done.
in the middle of the range, but once it broke yesterday's close,
Yeah.
you might have had a shot at something. Who knows? But that's
Yeah.
volume, price range, and action. Stock went from 19 to 25
That's a
on,
nice chart.
a lot of volume. Let's just put it that way.
Breakaway gap, the whole
Breakaway gap.
shebang there. Hard to be bearish, the market. You have a weak dollar, which I think longer term may not be bullish. I think it's important if we're embarking on a bear market in the dollar, do you want to own assets denominated in dollars because what it's, you know,
That's fair. No,
denominated
I
in
know.
is depreciating.
That's why we have you on here, Coach. You understand those type of things.
We lose 10% of the value of the dollar. I don't care what you own in America, it's priced in dollars. You've lost 10% on that investment.
Well, let's look even what past what triggered.
It's priced.
Let's look what even triggered the past VIX explosion outside of, as we say, COVID and financial crisis. It was the Nikkei money fell like
Yeah.
had its biggest two day loss since our Black Monday.
Yeah, that was dysfunctional.
Well, it was still it's still a stat.
It happened. Yeah. What an aberration. That's not how I thought the VIX would get to 60 in one day and then reverse in one day. What market does that? The magnitude of it.
Look,
Anyway, it's
if
still a
you
mind
realize
blower to me.
sometimes that the market has no memory from day
The
to day.
market is inefficient. That market is inefficient for that to
Beautiful.
happen.
All right. I'm
Anyway.
I'm in.
All right.
It wasn't, by the way, you saw that live. I was down.
Did you
What was
sell?
I? I
Did
was
you
down
sell?
four. I was down 390 that morning.
Yeah.
That was a live video of reversal going positive all along. Back.
Yeah.
Ooh. God forbid I came in short, then flipped. Oh my God. But I noted it. It's a scar. It happened. Should it have happened? No. Is the market efficient? Yes, I'm in. But that's what caused it. That's what caused it, as we know.
You still like this one?
Which one? I don't
Palantir.
know. I want to see them back. What you want to see in anything is I want them to back it up a little bit. Now I understand the stock went from 22 to 32. And I'm not saying every guy's got it by the first day down and start loading in calls in January again, but it's something that I'd like to see to at least Lunar. I'm in this thing. Taking calls all day long. Lunar. Why shouldn't I be in it?
What a great name for a day of the supermoon.
I'm in
Did you
Lunar.
see it last night, Mike?
The supermoon?
Yeah,
No, coach, if I'm not in bed by 9 o'clock PM, then there's something up.
but the moon is up before 9.
No. I'm
Okay.
looking at that time, I'm not looking out the window. I'm looking at screens.
You're always looking at screens.
Why not? Look at what I got. Look what I got in front of me. I'll show you my lunar. All right, I sold a little there. That's not the top, so that's still going.
It's a blue moon, Mike.
Somebody, what is Nevada puts? What's our Gerard? Redfin coming in core. Carvana. All right, now Carvana has a lot of people long this thing.
I don't like it.
Oh, hold on. There were a lot of calls going on. A lot of people thought if the longer this takes not to make a new high, the longer those calls are going to unwind because people didn't want to pay 165 and invest in Carvana till January. You know, they bought in the money calls going till late August. So be careful.
God bless them.
Listen, we're reporting it.
Yeah.
I'm a squawk box these days. You know.
Look at that. May, it hasn't made a new momentum high since May. Interesting.
AMD, the only one hanging in there. Now, this is what I would end up. This is also AMD.
How's Exxon look, Mike? I mean, last week crude fell out of bed again.
Listen, it's at penthouse to the penthouse
That
port.
that really looks bad.
Well, now it does.
It went from people were calling this a
What do you mean
cup and
yesterday?
handle.
Yesterday looked like yesterday at this time. Yesterday at this
Yeah,
time, the stock looked like it was going to 130.
yeah.
24
But
hours
you know
later.
what? In a New York minute,
One of the
that
short
cup and
positions.
handle, that handle looks like it's going to break.
That was a good short. That one finished at the low. I thought about taking it, but one day doesn't make a reversal. Next, it did finish with volume SU. All right, so you want to go over oils? Let's go over oils. All right, we went over them yesterday.
Okay,
Which ones?
forget it then.
DOG.
Uranium's still in the toilet. I haven't seen any bounce in uranium. Well, maybe. That's still, feels like a broken stock to me.
Keep an eye on Vertex, Viking Therapeutics, whatever it is, taking calls now to back it up. This was a takeover yesterday.
Your lithium stock is performing like that you picked up.
I took my first, listen, I took my first position in a big lithium stock. Hold on, let me buy more before everybody jumps on it. No.
Front run him.
What?
I told everyone to front run you.
ALTM. Okay, now let's look at ALB, the best of breed, actually outperforming the market, if you will. I know lithium has somewhat of a cycle. There's better trades. I get it. It's also lithium, as we all know, lithium's leveraged to China to a degree. I hope they don't even care about it. Bottom line is, why did I take a position and I broke a rule in a stock under $3? Is because calls were going aggressively in this ALTM. And I happen to know a couple of people that own this as a spec. Doesn't mean it's got to work. They're sharp people. And I wouldn't have even brought it up if I didn't see calls. Not like one guy, not like a what do they call those guys? A wise guy sweep. No, these were people going in and thinking, I think this thing's going to be higher than $2 at the end of the year.
Okay, you just write off the call money.
Oh, no, by 8,000. Yeah, well, boom. I don't even bid for it. There's no 8,000.
In case they go
Didn't even
BK.
budge the offer, coach. I'm screwed. The offer didn't even flinch. Uh-oh. You with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you buying yourself as we speak?
Me?
Is that why you're so quiet?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Who else am I talking to?
Oh, no, I'm not buying it.
There's Lunar. Public
Yeah.
Jesus feed. 30 times normal volume. Brought it up 9 times. I'm even long it. And I'm late. LUNR. I sold some. Like a piker. I knew when I 570. I'm long it from 5. People long it a lot cheaper.
What lit it up like that?
Probably ASTS. Anything that has space or mobile in it. Lunar.
Okay.
Of course, I had Saidu. By the way, I want to give props to something. Do you remember yesterday, Saidu? Let me show you something on this thing, please. I want to know the trade. I was in the space sector. I just picked the wrong freaking one. Executions yesterday, prior day. If you can see this, I sold 46,000 Saidu yesterday, 8/19. at 466. It's also in the lunar, in the space sector. So it's SIDU space. All right, this is SIDU today. Want to talk about jobs at TradeGate markets. SIDU. I'll even show you my chunker. This was my yesterday. SIDU.
Got out there.
Right here. Matter of fact, my block might be here. That's a lot of stock.
Yeah.
Okay. Stock this morning printed 284. I had 46,000 shares. I've been down 110,000. And you know what? That lunar, if it halted, I thought, you know what? I thought it might have pulled I thought it was going to pull a lunar. I thought it had, listen, SIDU has a chance. This thing had low float. Listen, last time it was here, it went from right here, 5 to 19. It was halted. What stopped this thing yesterday from going to 15? And I got 46,000. Looking at a million. So bottom line is, it never did what it wanted to do. Obviously, they took light of what is it? What am I long? Lunar, but I was in it. So bottom line, I did get out of 46,000 shares. So it went to whatever it did. It went to freaking 490. It doesn't matter. I don't care about that. It's where it was going. I didn't see it. This is another thing I learned. Relearned something yesterday. I lost in decades. The longer this whole stock was halted for an hour, the longer a stock is halted, the longer the buys and the sells match each other, and the less of a move it's going to make. This stock was halted for an hour, and the buys and sells were settling. When you get a stock that halts right away for like 3 or 4 minutes and opens right away, there's still emotion involved in those buys and sells. There's not time to sort. This stock was literally holding for, I'll show you. I sold it at whatever, 1036. It was halted from the open. It was halted for an hour. So there's something I learned, that the longer a stock is halted, the more the buys and sells in balance.
Write that down.
No, I'm serious. Listen,
wrap that.
This stock, it was a million. It was, coach. I'm not. It was still 46,000. This stock could have very easily. It's done it. So I do. As a matter of fact, it was at 300 once. God forbid this. Okay. God forbid it went to 100. You never know. So I was looking at 46,000. I thought it was going to go to 12. I'm not going to lie. I was prepared for it to go to 12. So 46,000 from 5 to 12. That's what, 10 points? What, 13 points? All right. I'm looking at a good move, but it didn't, the imbalance that long made it even out and disseminate, and the panic had time to, because it's a low floater, it's a dog, as you can see. So that's something I learned yesterday. Bottom line, what brought me to that
great lesson.
Lunar is still taking calls. So that is a lesson, by the way. And that is a lesson.
That's something you have to, I mean,
Lunar.
I don't know how many trading halts people, you've been through hundreds. Some people have been
trading
through
halt. Remember the
none.
How about this trading halt when I was short Children's Place, coach? You with me in it?
Yeah.
This thing showed 100.
Yeah.
And I knew it was. Thank God I have buying power and the faith in upper management, if you will. Only why? Because TradeView Markets is made by traders for traders. Stock showed 100. I knew it was a 0. Went from 38. 2 months later it's 6. So I get, certain things do it and certain things don't. But I thought the SIDU had a shot. Now it's Lunar. Maybe it's still, listen, I'm still long it. Maybe, listen, the RSI today is only 77. Things can go to this ASTS. The RSI went to the weekly went to 90.
Yeah.
In this move, maybe Lunar. I don't know. I'm still, why do I not have 80 bazillion? The weekly on Lunar is only 57. ASTS went to 90. Maybe Lunar has it. Calls are off the board, all day. I get it. If I was shorted, I'd probably have 20,000 short, but now we only have what, 4,000 long? Matter of fact, I got to buy even more. Position. Let's double down. Here's, but my V bar breaking it on. So let's see what happens. Lunar is in play. Let's go back to TradeGATEHub, and I bet you.
Wrap it.
What's that?
Wrap it.
Yeah, we'll wrap it. That's it. Is the most active list on the day. That's up to you. Lunar obviously there. AMD's positive. Does AMD stay positive, and is that the cue for the semis to make a little bit bounce? Or is AMD, it's easy to pick a strong stock in a weak market. AMD is the only one positive in a positive semi market. So take it. You have to note these things. I don't have the answer, but it is a tell.
Okay, Mike.
Okay.
I mean, if people could have learned from watching that today, there's a lot of great um, knowledge. There's Astro Gumby, TGL, market turnaround for whatever reason. Okay. All right. Got some people interacting with us on YouTube. It's nice. All
Yes.
right. If you guys have any questions on whatever Mike and I talk about, please, where I look at them. Mike, you look at them when you go back. You look at the video and see if there are any questions.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right
Yeah.
now. I'm looking at Astro Gumbo being a gentleman.
Okay. So, you could leave them there and we'll be happy to reply.
No, I am.
So,
Come on. You know what I mean, Astro? Come on, man. You get it. We need you in the room. Don't be like that. Second strike two. You know what I mean? Be a
yeah,
gentleman.
go in there. Okay. Be in the room to ask your question. Okay.
Go to my
Be,
Twitter feed.
you know,
Listen, I only follow, like I said, 75 people. Right? It's not like I
yeah.
follow the Dallas Cowboys or Cajun Louisiana Cooking. 75 people. And they're quality, not quantity. You know what I mean? You want to go in bios? This guy's a freaking great bio trader. Attorney's in. I bet you AMD bought some calls yesterday. Nice trade. Some market choppiness into Friday. Coach reiterating, coach, it's just one person. Well, coach's point. Probably with Jackson Hole coming up now, everything, I'm listen, it's not all oblivious. I'm not oblivious. Obviously, I'm not oblivious. Okay.
You don't
Do
care.
I think the majority of the money has been made? Yes. There are earnings still coming out. I am very aware where Walmart is in Netflix. I'm aware that Exxon went from the penthouse to the poorhouse. I know where the dollar is. I know the VIX popped a little bit. I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. So with that, I'll be in the room. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over the stocks with positive price action, volume and range. Hopefully, some of my option flows are backing them up. Once again, I'm going to go through what Surf Soap post up with their earnings, what's moving, a couple of Wall Street opinions here and there, high level opinions, and that's it. All right, I get it. Does it mean I'm going to go all along into Jackson Hole and be egregious? And no, I'm not. If the setup holds to my liking, yes, regardless of what's going on.
I put out in the room a nice day trade short in gold.
A great call, as well as the
Okay,
dollar
so
long term.
anyway, I know I've been wrong on some of those too. I just, silver was a better short. But I like the way the gold silver ratio is acting in favor of silver. So maybe we'll get a chance to buy it around 28, 27.50 in the next week or so, especially if we have a dollar bounce. We're getting closer. I don't know if we're there yet, but maybe it happens Friday.
No, I
If it
appreciate it.
happens
Also,
Friday, we'll be here. Tomorrow I have an interview.
with firm,
Callum Callum
with
Tom
what firm? Oh,
Callum Thomas, I believe. He's with Top Town Charts.
yeah, I know Callum
You,
Thomas.
you know him, Chart Storm?
100%. Great
Okay.
name. You know what? It's a
I
great name. Callum Thomas for a chartist is like being named Jeeves is above. It's a beautiful name for a chartist.
Yeah, I think he's from Australia because I tried to book it earlier and I think it was the middle of the night for him. So it's going to be 3:30 Eastern tomorrow.
Okay.
Uh,
No, I appreciate that. Surfs Up and the team behind TGH will be behind you.
yeah, be
All
nice
just
to
Surfs Up, aware. These are the top performing ETFs as of what? Almost noon. So these are
cyber
yeah, uranium.
uranium. Where?
Right here.
Oh, that's a wow.
The uranium
Maybe
ETF.
it's turning.
It's interesting, by the way. TGL. Listen, I want to say something. Mick, I know you were in at one point out something in the room. I hope you don't mind me saying this. Has another job, which I'm sure he's going to quit soon. But even anybody from that, what style you have, I appreciate that. Guys knows how to take money out of the market on it. At least knows what's moving and knows where the edge is. Stock trading like TGL from 60 to 230, knows the stock, brought it to our attention. I know Mickey,
Nice.
he'll probably move on and do something next to that stage. Very aware and very present. But we appreciate his input.
Yeah. It's just that well, that's what being part of a community is about. It's about contributing. It's not just about taking, right? So you contribute, you put, and you learn that way. Don't be embarrassed if you put something out. We're not going to criticize you about it. Maybe you're seeing things we don't see.
Embarrassed.
I learn from everyone. Okay, everyone.
Starbucks should be buying long-term calls here. This is going to pull us. I like this. I believe in some. This pulls a CMG.
All
I,
right,
love,
Mike.
I like Starbucks. Where's Jay
Ni-
win, by the way?
Nice work.
Thank you too, Coach. We'll let everybody go. I apologize. I went too. I could stop forever.
All right, buddy.
All right. Cheers, everyone. I'll be in the room all day. As you can tell, I'm a New Yorker. You got to ask comments, questions, complaints, how we can do better to save not only your time, but our time as well. Like I always say, I'll try to do better tomorrow. Coach, thank you for leading by example, the rest of the TGH team, and thank you for TV Markets sponsoring TradeGATEHub. We'll see you later. Cheers.
Yeah, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Adios. Thanks, Mike.
You too, Coach. Cheers.